Today, can Quantic Dream get beyond 2 allegations? It was more than 2 allegations, but yes, this is CheckPoint. Welcome to CheckPoint. We're back after a week off, and I'm feeling fresh and frisky.
Well, I'm feeling wacky and wakeful.
Well, I'm feeling smooth and satisfied.
Moist and meaty.
No, don't do that.
Discord is taking some preemptive measures surrounding not safe for work content by blocking all users on the iOS platform from joining and accessing Discord servers that have been marked as not safe for work. I'm going to be honest, when I first saw this, I was really confused about what was actually going on here. Like, everything I just said is entirely true, but the way it was filtered through the hot takeosphere did not make the news any cleaner. It was kind of like if a filter got torn up and someone decided to plug the holes with turds. So, like, filtered. Anyway, I want to establish a few things. First, 1, I use an iPhone. 2, I'm on several Discords, some of which have not safe for work channels. And 3, you all know what a big fan of sin I am. By Discord's own words, if you try to use the Discord app on iOS to access a not safe for work server, you will be blocked. If you use that app to access a not safe for work channel on a safe for work server, you will not be blocked. So that narrows down the field a lot. A not safe for work channel does not turn an entire server not safe for work, so you should be able to keep browsing those just fine. Of course, Discord can just decide your server content is majority 18+, and then designate it not safe for work, so that's a buttload of suck to be cautious about. Discord appears to be doing this to prevent what happened with Tumblr back in 2018, where Apple just straight up removed Tumblr's app from the App Store because, according to BBC News, some Tumblr users posted images of child sexual abuse. Tumblr's filters didn't catch the images, and they were later found during a routine audit and removed. Tumblr's app came back to the App Store a month later, which coincided with Tumblr announcing a ban on all sexually explicit content. So, yeah, it stands to reason that Discord doesn't want to risk being kicked off of iOS, and that's why, to all appearances, they're making this decision on their own to signal that they're making an effort. And if I can editorialize a bit, yeah, this sucks. Apple's heavy-handed restrictions on sexual content are not really in the spirit of the open internet. Running afoul of those restrictions can also hurt or destroy a lot of communities, even well-meaning communities. And Apple's own guidelines do say that any incidental not safe for work content generated by users is permitted as long as it's all, quote, hidden by default and only displayed when the user turns it on via the website. Which is something? Not a lot, but something? Granted, Discord is not taking any servers offline either. You'll just have to access the not safe for work ones through the web, which is, again, something? It's better than going full Tumblr.
I don't know if anyone watching us ever played the 2016 simulator game YouTuber's Life, where players take the role of an aspiring YouTube creator trying to rake in all those delicious likes. But enough people did that they're making a sequel with even more features. YouTuber's Life 2 will apparently be less focused on the thrill of making it big, and instead also get into the gritty reality of being a full-time content creator. The long hours, the community management, the struggle of balancing your passion with a traditional 9-to-5 job. When I read about this game, I just feel ill and get anxious. Is this how long-haul truckers feel about Euro Truck Simulator? The sequel will apparently feature a mechanic called Trends, which fluctuates daily and affects your popularity as a YouTuber, and now I want to cry.
Big news! It's Animal Crossing's 20th anniversary! Wait, no, don't panic. You haven't been in lockdown for 20 years. I'm talking about the whole franchise, not just New Horizons. And to celebrate, Nintendo has released a limited edition soundtrack for 11,000 yen? That's like 850 Norwegian kroner. Goddamn. I knew physical media was dead, but I didn't realize buying a CD now costs more than the Discman. This 7-disc set, oh, that makes more sense. Reading the story explains the story. This 7-disc set also comes with an art book you'll never open for fear of creasing the spine and ruining the collector's value, and an earbud case that probably won't fit the little remote dongle or charge your AirPods. Pre-orders in Japan are sold out, but it's popped up on Amazon USA, and those are probably legit maybe, who knows. We are still waiting for comment from Nintendo HQ on whether the end of this anniversary will also bring the death of Zipper the Bunny.
Great news for David Cage is a phrase that should fill you with dread. The Paris Court of Appeals has overturned a 2018 ruling that found an employee who left the company after being made the subject of a rude photoshopped image should be considered as being dismissed unfairly. Quantic Dream is taking this new result as a total win, especially since the Court of Appeals now says the plaintiff must pay Quantic Dream over €10,000 in compensation, and the studio released a statement that this overturn completely exonerates the studio from all accusations of being an allegedly toxic work environment. What's the background here? I'm glad you asked, even though it's gross. In 2018, several French publications broke the story that Quantic Dream, among all the other horrible things that gaming studios usually do, like lots of crunch that they say is voluntary but really isn't, the company also had this hilarious thing where a senior employee, as in someone with 15 years of tenure, would routinely Photoshop employee faces onto rude photos and distribute them through the company's internal network. And by rude, I mean really funny jokes like putting staff faces onto bodies from adult films or, Nazis. Here's one of the only ones we even want to show you, and even that one is called whoresclub.jpg. The plaintiff in the 2018 case left the company after they complained of becoming the subject of one of these images, and when the story broke in the French press, they levied suit against the company and won. Quantic Dream appealed and has now won that appeal. The Paris Court of Appeals ruled that none of the images involving this employee were degrading, homophobic, or racist, and the ones that were allegedly degrading, homophobic, and racist didn't involve this employee. Also, this is real, the court argues that because the plaintiff didn't complain about the image until another employee reported it, that delayed response was a tacit acceptance of its content and was completely unrelated to their departure from the company. When interviewed by French press back in 2018, Quantic Dream's deputy general manager said, quote, "Most of the time, the images were sent only to those who were caricatured." And ignoring the many eyewitness statements that some were physically posted publicly in the office, what kind of a defense is that? Oh, we only sent the harassment to the person being harassed most of the time. Like, the photos existed, and we know they existed, well, because you just said they did, but also because Quantic Dream was ordered to pay €7,000 in 2019 to a different employee who'd been photoshopped into making a Nazi salute, with Quantic Dream's comment on that at the time boiling down to, well, these were made outside office hours and nobody complained about them at the time. Quantic Dream's new statement on the ruling being overturned is as follows, quote, "These accusations, formally denied by the company, its managers, its staff representatives, and its employees, and contradicted by the reality of objectively verifiable facts, seriously damaged the honor and reputation of the studio." And no, I don't think the accusations damaged the honor and reputation of the studio. I think the fact that an employee of 15 years spent their time photoshopping the faces of staff onto the bodies of Nazis and porn stars and distributed them over the internal network has damaged the honor and reputation of the studio, insofar as Quantic Dream has honor and reputation. I delight in reminding you that in response to the original allegations of racism, sexism, and homophobia back in 2018, David Cage said, quote, "You want to talk about homophobia? I work with Elliot Page, who fights for LGBT rights. You want to talk about racism? I work with Jesse Williams, who fights for civil rights in the USA. Judge me by my work." Yeah, Dave, I've played your games. And now, a party platter of news. It's quick points. Beach, go.
If your love of tactical team shooters is only matched by an IQ as high as mine, then crack open your wallets and buy some Rick and Morty skins for Rainbow Six Siege. You can dress up Sludge like a Gromflemite. No, I don't remember what a gromflamite is. I prefer to just let Rick and Morty wash over me like a cursing tsunami. You can also dress up Smoke like Pickle Rick. See? Just like the real thing. You can pay real money for these. Funniest shit I've ever seen.
If you prefer to take your fashion tips from Prop Hunt, Rare is now adding an emote to Sea of Thieves Season 2 where you can hide in a barrel, presumably to pop out and surprise your enemies with 4-part harmony sea shanties before murdering them, like a pirate.
Nintendo just streamed another Indie World presentation where we were treated to a bonanza of trailers by indie developers from around the world. It included the reveal of Getsu Fumaden, a remake of an obscure Famicom game by up-and-coming indie stalwart, let me check my notes, Konami. Huh. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing what the scrappy upstarts at Konami can do next.
Minecraft's new update, Caves and Cliffs, is getting split into 2 parts to be delivered at different times this year. While reading the notes, I tried to figure out what was in each update, but I don't know what the hell glow lichen or multiplayer sleeping rule is. So the first update is now Caves and the second update is now Cliffs, I assume.
Fortnite's new update now lets you add gigantic off-road tires to any car, turning it into a monster truck. Or if you live in Alberta, a truck.
World of Warcraft is adding eyeglasses as a dress-up option, and way too many people are excited about it. I guess this confirms what we've always known. WoW players are just a bunch of nerds. Right? Right? Eh? What's that? Oh, they are. Oh. Is that? And so am I. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. I guess you're right. Video games. Joke's on Blizzard, though. I can dress up in glasses normally, and I don't need to pay for a monthly subscription to do it.
No, you've just got to buy expensive glasses.
Yeah, why do you think I don't have money for WoW?
Coming up, Nintendo has announced that they're releasing a brand new Switch color. Joining turquoise, yellow, gray, and coral, it's blue. Pro move, Nintendo. Pro move.
So I didn't work this into the story, but I was reading more about YouTubers' life too.
Oh, yeah.
And some of the other features include subscriber and video statistics that directly react to a broadening of a creator's content, which I can only assume means watching numbers go down, because broadening content has never once been successful for a YouTuber.
Right, yeah.
That is, in fact, they tell you not to do that, which is part of our problem, but here we are. More content options for YouTube videos, including reviews, gameplays, speedruns, unboxings, interviews, and more. I love this also. More personalization options for your character and a fully customizable and expandable home. Yeah, right.
You can't know.
Can you imagine?
Being like, I'm a YouTuber now. I can actually afford to have 2 bedrooms.
Imagine owning a home. Imagine even fucking renovating, being a YouTube content creator.
There was an article I saw posted the other day from, I think it was Business Insider, saying millennial home ownership is killing the real estate market. And it was just like, all right, I'm going to just spit out my avocado toast and just think about, wait, what the hell happened there all of a sudden?
Wow, all right.
Anyway. This Quantic Dream thing is a little gross. I just need to say, because
yeah, man,
it's a lot gross.
It's a lot gross.
But what's especially gross though is the quote that you read from David Cage, because I'm just like, is that stolen valor? Like, is that basically saying, like, you want to talk about homophobia? I work with somebody who does all this other work, but I don't do any of that myself. But hey, racism, I work with a guy who fights for civil rights, but I'm not really the guy who does that either.
At the time, people were, rightly getting into David Cage for, literally, he was like, I can't be homophobic, look at my gay friend. I can't be racist, look at my black friend.
Yeah.
Judge me by my work. And it's like, yeah, man, your games are kind of have problem, particularly with women.
Yeah.
Particularly with women, but also with race. Let's not forget that Elliot Page's character in Beyond Two Souls was the white savior of this First Nations tribe, right? I have judged you by your work, and it's like, it's not amazing. It's completely believable that behind closed doors, you're not a great guy. It's totally believable.
Yeah.
Judging you only by your work.
Right.
So it's like, I don't think that's the gotcha you think it is, David Cage.
Yeah.